What's going on, guys? Julian here from jlewistrading.com. Just doing a market review on what we were looking at today going into the open. And in the pre-market alert, I think I had about 8 or 9 stocks that I was looking at, and I put out sort of a breakdown of what I was looking at and what I was expecting to happen at certain levels. And I want to say half of the stocks that I talked about didn't do anything at all. But there were 4 out of the 8 or 9 that I was watching that worked out very, very well. And starting off with Canopy Growth, what I was looking for with this particular stock, and I mentioned this in the pre-market alert, that we were looking for a short trade working this 5 and 2 minute chart. And the analysis was short because of the way the price action was structured out with these 2 key moving averages. And it set this pre-market floor right through here. There was a little bit of chop. As soon as that chop came into play, I actually stepped away and I was looking at Roku, which was not part of the pre-market alert, but I did do a full video review on that. But I did trade Roku after stepping away from CGC. When I exited my position in Roku and I came back to CGC, I noticed that this thing had worked out its chop. It bounced right off of actually the 20-day simple moving average is what I was using, not this 50. Pardon me. And then CGC systematically stepped down. So there were a few people in the community that did trade CGC. And so that was one of the calls that I put out. There was also MU. This was another one, same thing. I was looking at this daily chart, and the call on the daily chart is that price action was overextended, and it had disconnected itself from its 50-day simple moving average, and it caught a lot of air, what I call air. So it's got this pocket right through here, and it has just jumped off of that moving average, and right through here, it was setting up this morning as a potential reversal pattern. And what I was saying is that if that 53.93 level moves to the downside, price action could take a bit of a break. And that's exactly what happened. So price action came down to 53.56 here, set a bit of a floor. Price action did sort of move to the upside here. And you can see that without me drawing it, it created a rising wedge, hit that 50-day simple moving average, and then completely tanked right out of the gate on this 5-minute chart. And that was something that we were watching on the 5 and 2, pardon me. Both CGC and MU are optionable stocks that I'm looking at every single day. They're part of my optionable universe. And so this is something that I'm just generally watching. But I did put this out as a short in the alert this morning. Also, SVRA. This was a mover today for sure. And pre-market, this thing was up 94%. And you can see that a lot of that steam came off into the early portion of the session right through here, and it created this trend line resistance. What you'll also notice, though, is that price action consolidated right through here, and then a little bit of a late move, but she popped, and you can see right through here into the close that this thing moved up considerably. It closed up 183%. When I alerted this morning, it was only trading at 330, and we actually did have some traders in our community that was hitting this pre-market. And so this was a really great move, but the move came at the end of the day. Generally speaking, with these lower float stocks, we like to hit these right out of the gate. We weren't given that opportunity, so our team took this hard into the close, and this thing closed up 183% on the day. So that was a really nice play. And the play of the day, again, another something that I talked about pre-market was NIO. Now, NIO closed up 53% on the day, but this particular stock moved up because it beat on earnings, and this thing was just on a string straight on up to the upside. Right through here, you can see that it was just moving. It pulled back. Our team was already alerted to it, and I was calling out various profit targets. I think it was at 350 and 360 I was calling, and then the targets that I was looking at specifically were completely taken out, and this thing rushed all the way up into almost $5 before pulling back into the close. Nonetheless, we are looking to trade, generally speaking, the first 30 minutes of the day. If it's a slower day, 45 minutes, 60 minutes if we're pressed, but generally never out of that window. Myself, my trade today was put on 2 minutes after the bell rang, and I was out of the market before the first 10 minutes had gone by. So that's how I personally trade. But with NIO, this was something that I did put out in the pre-market alert for our traders. It's something that I talked about in both of my chat rooms, and this worked out really well. So if you have any questions, I'm at info@jlewistrading.com. If you want to get involved with our free chat room, hit me up, info@jlewistrading.com, and we can get you sorted out. But this is what we did today. So again, alerted the community to about 8 or 9 stocks. Half of them worked out, half of them fell apart. Not bad. Any questions? info@jlewistrading.com.